Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chawanne Burns. Please click that like button and that subscribe button. Dropped a few hours ago about the stimulus bill. We just learned that the White House and the Republicans or the Democrats could not come to an agreement. Nancy Pelosi, she gave a speech after that meeting of talks all day, and she was saying that the White House or the Republicans refused to meet them in the middle ground. And what she's saying that they came down $1 trillion of their proposal, and she expected the Republicans and the White House to come up $1 trillion so they could kind of meet in the middle to compromise on the HEALS Act and whatever the Republicans are trying to negotiate or get passed through Congress. But that bill has stalled. She's saying that they were not agreeing to budge from their number, which is $1 trillion. This is what the White House and the Republicans are expecting for the next stimulus bill. What that includes, there's certain terms that they know that they want to agree or that they already agreed to, so it's bipartisan. But the main concern is the pandemic unemployment, which is that $600. They're saying that, and I'm saying Mitch McConnell, I'm sorry, Steve Mnuchin, which is the U.S. Secretary Treasurer, he's saying that the Democrats do not want to budge from that number, and also the funding for the schooling. The Republicans, they do agree that they want to give $105 billion to school funding and testing and all that stuff to allocate to the schools so they can open up safe. But they criticize the Democrat bill because that bill has 910 billion dollars allocated to testing and funding for the schools. So drop in the comment section, let me know what you think and what is your thoughts on it. If you are following up of what they're saying in the news media, it is really disheartening because now we have the mortgage moratorium that's expired. Tons of evictions have already been filed this week. We also have the pandemic unemployment. Those checks were mailed out a couple of weeks ago. And so we have millions of America that's, expecting to receive some type of funding, and they cannot get an answer from Congress. So drop in the comment section, have you been following the news, and what are your takes on it? And please say hello. Who's online with me? Who's watching? Another thing I want to point out, the job report for today, they added $1.4 million or 1.4 million jobs to the market, or 1.8, something like that, million jobs to the market. Unemployment rate has dropped. It's now 10.9%. Is the economy getting better, or are we preparing for the worst? I don't know. We say the economy is getting better, but are people just taking jobs just to pay the bills, or are they taking jobs because these are real careers? So let's go to some of this news. And can you hear me, you guys? Let me know if you could hear me or not. Anyway, so let's go to the White House. So not only that they couldn't find, the White House did not support the bill that the Democrats came back and they decreased their spending. One of the criticism, and then this is the White House aide, he was saying that, yeah, they said they're going to decrease their spending by, or decrease this bill by, or budget by $1 trillion, but they didn't say where they decreased it. And to counter that argument, Nancy Pelosi was saying, yeah, we have decreased it because we shortened the extension. So I guess I'm assuming the pandemic unemployment, if it was set to expire in March, they put it back to, they decrease the amount of time you could draw from the pandemic unemployment. So they're saying, hey, yeah, we did decrease our amount, but I guess I think it's just a disconnect there, because what I've heard, they're going to decrease the amount of time that you could take advantage of it, like the housing moratorium and all that stuff. But the Republicans are saying, oh no, we still see the same dollar amount. You still want the same thing. Hey, Milton Shepard and Yala Mouth. I know I killed your name. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, okay. So since they didn't come to an agreement, the White House or the Republicans, Trump just announced that he's going to sign an executive order for the extending the pandemic unemployment. So we don't know what that looks like. I don't know what he's going to sign. Maybe it will still be the $600. And he's expecting to sign an executive order for the housing moratorium and an executive order for payroll taxes. Why he wants payroll taxes in there, I'm not for sure, because it's really not. And Republicans and Democrats both agree. What is the point of you signing this payroll tax? Why do you really want this payroll tax? He's saying, oh, it will be an incentive for people to hire employees back to work, but is it a real incentive? I mean, how much money is the employer saving? I mean, if you're a major corporation, you'll be saving probably a lot of money. But if you're a small corporation or a small company, you know, it's probably pennies on the dollar. Okay. Hello, Valerie's Plan. How are you? So yeah, let me know if you are drawing from pandemic unemployment and you really need that money because you haven't found a job, or the payroll taxes. This is a business channel. We talk about business, money, confidence, and motivation. So let me know if you're expecting that payroll tax. Maybe that would be a payday to you. Because even though I only had like 3 employees, I was thinking like, man, these payroll taxes are killing me. So it was kind of like, you know, but it's really, on the grand scheme of things, it's really a drop in the bucket. So yeah, so Donald Trump just announced that he is expecting to sign an extension for the housing moratorium. Will be an executive order. Unemployment benefits, we don't know how much that will be in this executive order. And also he is saying the payroll taxes. I did not know, they didn't really get in detail because they're still saying, the Republicans in the White House is still saying that the Democrat bill, it was $3.4 trillion. And now it's only $2.4 trillion, but they don't really see the money. I need you to stop opening that door, please. They don't really see where they took a deduction. And when they did come back with the lower number, but that lower number really hasn't changed yet. Okay. So let me know your thoughts on this pandemic unemployment. Do you see it going anywhere, or what? I need you guys to be quiet. Do you see it going anywhere, or what is the what is your take on it? Do you think Donald Trump should be signing another executive order besides the housing moratorium and the pandemic? I think those are the two most important things. I think the payroll tax, he just want to flex his power, but so they can't come to an agreement, and it's really not looking good for the American people, because we're the people that's going to suffer. How about the second stimulus check? Valbona, you know what? The second stimulus check is tied into this bill. So they both parties agree with the second stimulus check, but if they don't agree on all the terms, this bill will not pass. And since it's not passing, you or everyone has to wait. Democrat politicians, this is from Anonymous. I hate when people say anonymous. Okay. Democrat politicians just want to steal the stimulus for corrupt doctors, corrupt schools, and corrupt overcharging textbooks companies, and give professors $6,000 plus legal kickbacks. I don't know how true that is. You got state schools and state funded schools here. And our concern is really not colleges. My concern is, public schools for, school age, kindergarten through 12th grade. Valorous, I want to what, Valorous? Milton Shepard, Donald Trump should sign the executive order for the 4227 bill. He's not going to do that. Milton, they don't got enough, steam for that 4227 bill, but maybe. Valorous, know about the amounts Trump is talking about the unemployment, for the unemployment. I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure if what the amount is that Trump is talking about, but it's going to be something. He might just initiate the $600. I mean, not to get too complicated about it, and we don't know how long he's going to put that executive order in action. Michelle Harvey. So did Trump sign the executive order yet? No, they have to draw it up. And I think Steve Mnuchin is going to help in that White House secretary. They'll help draw up the order to reflect what Trump wants in that. But I'm expecting to see something by probably mid or end of next week. Denham Ronald. Hi, Miss Burns, or hi, Burns. Hi, how are you? Vibona, we're supposed to be the most powerful country, but yet we are suffering. Yes, we are. That's for sure. I know there's a lot of talk about the pandemic, coronavirus, and schools opening. And I think that's why the Democrats want this heavy funding dedicated towards schools and testing and stuff like that, because they're trying to curtail the virus and actually get accurate testing and quicker testing results. But they can't do that because they haven't been properly funded, they're saying. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure the technology exists because we have athletes are going back to, I guess, work, you want to call it, or they starting to play. The season started, and they get testing every day and get their results within hours. The White House get their results within hours. But we, the American people, we can't get results. So if you guys let me know in the comment section, have you applied for the pandemic unemployment? Are you really needing the stimulus check? because some people really needs that stimulus check. Some people really need that pandemic unemployment. Some people really need the housing moratorium. There was a young lady that I spoke to today in the hair salon, and she's saying that her aunt, Chase and Cannon, you need to be quiet. Her aunt is, you gotta forgive me, my kids are in the room. Her aunt is a property manager, and she said she filled out a lot of, well, she was in court today evicting people, and the evictions were basically going to the people that normally don't pay their rent anyway. So prior to the pandemic. Michelle Harvey, what we really need is $2,000 a month until 4 to 6 months like Canada. The Democrats and Republicans are going to kill the innocent children and adults killed from COVID-19. Yeah, that's true. Michelle is saying let the stimulus, now, as far as the stimulus bill goes, that bill, the 4227 bill, it's not even in the bill, you know. It wasn't part of the original HEALS Act. So when people are saying that, yeah, we're going to get that $10,000 grant, we're going to get it, that $10,000 grant, it hasn't even, you know, they didn't even pass it in the Congress yet. So I really highly, sincerely doubt that $10,000 money will be funded to the business owners. They can't come in agreement with the stuff that they have now, that they really need now. So I wouldn't expect that bill to be a part of that. Why no new one, the S4227? My personal opinion, this is only my personal opinion, you have $200 billion left in the EIDL program. You know, they could allocate if they want to. I don't know how government funding works. Once they allocate it, maybe they have to spend it on that, or can they change it up? Like they're trying to change up the PPP. The PPP still has $130 billion left on it. So, I mean, either they're not approving people or people don't need it because they're not applying. So that's only my personal opinion. If you have it, why would they fund extra money to a program just not even exhausted? That doesn't even make any sense. They haven't even exhausted the funding. They haven't even came close to exhausting the funding yet. Let me look while we're online. Let me look up where they're at. They didn't have any more new. The last time I was on, which was Tuesday, they didn't have any more new numbers out there for the SBA EIDL program. So we know the grant is exhausted, but the loan portion is not exhausted. And if Congress really wants to, they could dedicate that $200 billion for the grants. One of the problems with Congress or SBA, they don't have a system of checks and balances. So they just willy-nilly it, and people have been getting approved that they shouldn't have gotten approved. So we're looking at, so let me see. So they haven't put up a new report yet, you guys. The last reported numbers is still up there. And that number is, and this is for the EIDL program, $163 billion they loaned to 2.9 million businesses. So literally they had $204 billion left because it was $367 billion left in that funding. The PPP, the last report for the PPP was the 17th of July. They haven't even reported any numbers since then. Does that surprise you? So that's why I don't think they're going to support that 4227 bill, because we don't need it, or they think we don't need it. Okay. I found your videos about the SBA PPP. I got approved, but they asked me for a Schedule C. This is from Michelle Harvey. I am still working on it as you speak. I have to submit it tonight. Yes, you do, Michelle, because the PPP is, the deadline is today or tomorrow. I think the 8th. And then some lenders already shut their application down, like Cabot shut their application down last night. Why did they do that? I don't know. Michelle is saying first time she applied for the PPP, she got denied. Michelle, which lender did you go through? Trump and those politicians that's in Congress could care less about us. They are millionaires. They are not worried how they're going to pay rent or feed their families. And you're right. This is from Metrics J. Michelle Harvey, Mrs. Burns, I got all my receipts for my at-home business purchases, supplies, and equipment. Okay. Michelle, are you saying that you need help filling out the Schedule C, or do you even have one? You find me on Instagram if you need help, and I'll let you know if I can help you, because it's 9:25 right now. I don't know what it is in your state. Okay, so like I said, we are in some trouble, you guys, and hopefully Donald Trump will put forth these executive orders pretty fast or pretty quickly, because if we don't, I know some people are already evicted. I'm not for sure how many, but if they don't, we'll be in more trouble. I just want to look up one more thing before I let you guys go. And let's look at the, I know I mentioned the jobless claims or the unemployment rate. And that doesn't even give me a number. As of now, we have an unemployment rate of 10.9%. We have 1.8 million jobs added to the market. So okay, so Michelle, you're saying I got it and I'm filling it out still. I live in Chicago. Okay, that's good. Well, I'm sending all my good to you. Raymond Sanders, hello. Do you know about how long it takes to get reconsider response once you send all your information? They don't really give you a time frame, but what I've been hearing, it takes about 5 weeks to get. This is for Raymond Sanders. So yeah, it doesn't really give you a time frame. If you've been waiting a long time, I suggest contact your congressman and see what they could do for you. Like that one. Okay. If you guys don't have any more questions, I wanted to give you guys a quick recap of what happened today in the White House and with Republicans and the Democrat Party over the stimulus bill. And I am sending all